My wife's voice sliced through the dinner table like a bone saw. "You're a nobody. Stop acting like you're important." She said it while passing the mashed potatoes, as if she were talking about the weather. "We barely even remember you're around most days," my daughter added without lifting her eyes from her phone. I tapped my fork against my wine glass once, twice, 3 times. The room quieted. I stood slowly. "I'll be brief," I said. "Just 3 sentences." By the time I got to the second, my wife had already gone ghost white. It's strange how silence becomes a way of life. Over years, it wrapped around me like insulation. Soft, suffocating, easy to ignore. I used to think love was quiet comfort. Turns out it's just easy to replace or erase. We were a family once, or something like it. I worked long hours so she could stay home. Made birthdays magical. Said, "I love you," every morning, even when no one said it back. I believed that was enough. I was wrong. The first crack came 2 years ago. A whisper of perfume on her scarf. Cologne, not hers. I noticed the late-night phone calls she always took in the bathroom. Her phone, once left charging in the kitchen, now slept under her pillow. Then came the photos. I didn't hire anyone. I didn't need to. She got lazy, arrogant. I followed her on a Tuesday. Hotel, room 402. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I wanted to know how far the rot went. Turns out it ran deep. My daughter, 17 and entitled, called me emotionally weak in a text I wasn't meant to see. "He doesn't do anything," she typed. "Honestly, it's embarrassing. Mom says he peaked in '09. I read it sitting in my car, engine running, watching them laugh inside a cafe with her new friend, Derek. 45, real estate, a Rolex, and no wedding ring. It wasn't just betrayal. It was erasure. They didn't just want me gone. They wanted me forgotten. So I smiled, and I planned. For 14 months, I played the ghost they said I was. A nod here. Sure, whatever you want, there. I let her believe I didn't know. Let them think I was shrinking when I was learning everything. I duplicated her phone data. I cataloged every bank transaction, every hotel stay, every careless message to Derek about how the idiot still pays the mortgage. I hired a forensic accountant, set up 3 shell companies, bought a house in another name, far away by the water. No one knew. Not yet. Then I rewrote the will, shifted the trust fund, cashed out a dormant life insurance policy, and moved the money somewhere she'd never think to look. I transferred the car titles, the house deed, all legally. She still signed anything I handed her. Years of habit. She never read the documents. Why would she? I was the nobody, remember? Tonight was the final move. A family dinner forced by tradition. The roast was dry, the wine too sweet. My wife wore red, the same color she wore the first time I told her I loved her. She used to wear it for me. Now it was for show, for him. And my daughter. God, my daughter. She didn't even sit near me. They didn't know I had already seen Derek that morning. Didn't know I shook his hand and handed him a folder. Photos, texts, a notarized affidavit from a private investigator, and a quiet warning. You'll want to stay away from the fallout. She's not who you think she is. He looked like he'd swallowed glass. So when I tapped my fork and said, "I'll be brief," they rolled their eyes. First sentence, "The house isn't yours anymore." She blinked. My daughter glanced up. Second sentence, "I filed for divorce." Effective immediately. Her hand gripped the table's edge. Third sentence, "And by the time you read the prenup again, which you should have, you'll realize you get nothing." She stood so fast the chair scraped the hardwood. "What the hell are you talking about?" she hissed. I slid the folder across the table. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside, everything. The infidelity, the fraud, the money trail, her signature on a revised prenup from a year ago. She thought it was a refinance document. My daughter's voice cracked. Mom. My wife couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. I stood, buttoned my jacket, walked to the door. Oh, I said, turning back. The car in the driveway. That's mine again, too. Yours is being towed. She lunged for me, screamed something I didn't need to hear. My daughter ran after me. Wait, Dad, where are you going? I looked at her the same way she'd looked through me for years. Home. Then I left. By morning, the locks had changed. The accounts were frozen. The credit cards declined. Derek ghosted her fast, publicly. The photos made the rounds in his office. I didn't have to lift a finger. My wife tried to fight, claimed emotional abuse, but the evidence was clear. Judges don't take kindly to fraud and adultery, especially when every receipt is time-stamped. My daughter messaged me a week later. Why would you do this to us? I didn't reply. She was right about one thing. I had peaked, but not in 2009. I peaked the moment I walked away. And they realized I was never the nobody. I was the storm they'd ignored. Quiet, gathering strength. And now I am silence no longer. I am the reckoning.